Hi guys, I've invited today CAT topper Ashwin Goyal, CAT 100% Tyler, to come and talk to you. So we'll go through his story, understand what are his strong area, weak area, how he studies. A fresher getting into IIM Bangalore. Yeah. IIM Bangalore, where there's a huge weightage for academic record with a huge weightage for work experience. So how he manage, how he handles. So let's talk about the complete story. Hi guys, we have today with us Ashwin. Ashwin is a cat 100% Tyler. So Ashwin, today we want to talk about your ups and downs, how you prepared this and that. So the first question to me to you is, does it make any difference once you join the college that you are a 100% Tyler or not? Or you also have to struggle like a normal human being once you are joining the college?
No, I think it doesn't make a lot of difference once you get into the college. Whatever I have done in CAT, whatever I got the score in CAT, it's all during the preparation and all during the selection for the entire admission process. But I don't think anything happens after you get it. You just have to work as hard as everybody else, and everybody else is as good as you. So you have to always be on your foot and always prepare to get ahead of everybody.
Right.
So
So once you join the college, do you get to write a line on the resume? Can no, you are not allowed to write a line that you're a cat 100% Tiger.
So I was able to write it, but in some colleges they don't let us write.
It on the
So
college to
it all
college.
depends on the college that you're going to.
Right. True, true, true. Yeah, even I say same thing. Whatever degree you have, whatever smartness you have, everything is left on the gate once you enter
Yes.
the interview table. So how you perform in the interview is more important. That's why I am Bangalore is conducting this case study event. So if you want to participate, the link is given in the description box. So what do you think will be the advantages of participating in these kind of events? Because as a student, people think, यार मैंने अगर CAT में top किया, I'm done for life. Then once in I'm Bangalore, your life is set. They don't understand you have to fight with still 400 people to get the top job. So what is the benefit of participating in all these kind of events?
Yes. So just as you said, more than 500 people have come in IIM Bangalore, and they come every year. And there are not just IIM Bangalore, there are so many good institutions in the entire country. So what these competitions help us with is they provide us good experience and most importantly resume points, which help us boost our CV, and that ultimately helps us in placements. So what you do in these 2 years or what you do in your undergrad as well, that depends more on your placements and on your experience overall, more than what you do in just that particular phase that you give CAT and prepare for. So I think all these competitions help us experience different uh, different types of competitions.
So
Yes.
so we have to participate. So this obviously makes sense to participate. See, my advice to all the students is whichever college you are going, even if you're not in a IIMs, you need I believe in you need two pointers on the resume, which should say I am naming that. Let it be a participating event, let it be any kind of a thing which is there. So two pointers on the on your event, that extracurricular column should be from IIMs. That's what I always recommend to students, because if you're not in IIM, then obviously you need that pointer more importantly than if you're in IIM.
Yes, that's absolutely true. I think case competition are the most prestigious things that you can do in a B school. Uh, so winning one is actually a very big thing, and everybody gets to know you in the college. So I think case competition really help in boosting your experience, your knowledge, and even your CV, which ultimately helps you in placements.
Superb, superb, great. So next question to you is, what are advantages of a 100% dialer? We talked about, obviously there's no major advantage once you join the college, but where you felt, of course, there might be the stars on your this thing. There are imaginary star around you because everyone knows that you're a topper. So what you feel is the advantages for a student? Do you get benefit during the interviews once you're in the once you're going for ABC interviews, or it can affect ulta as well? That you might be treated like they might grill you more because you're topper.
Yes, so it can go either ways as well. But the one thing that helps being a good, one thing that helps having a good percentile is that you get the confidence to go in the interview. So when I was going in the interview, I already knew that I have a good score. I have good chances of getting it. So I was more confident. I felt like I can actually do it and I can go through it. So that is one thing that really helps being having a good percentile. Apart from that, as I said earlier as well, when you're inside the school, when you're inside the institution, then it doesn't matter at all. Everyone is equal and everybody has to work equally hard. But during the interview process, it definitely helps boost your confidence. And uh, as you said, it can go either ways as well. Some people might grill you more, thinking that you have done well in CAT. So they want to test you further. So that can also happen.
Right, right. See, it all depends on how you say it. For example, if I come and say, "Oh, I'm a cat topper," so like the way you say is important. The way you said it, I got a good record. You never used the word excellent or outstanding or world class. You said good. Let him judge it now. How good it is, let him judge. So the moment you use these kind of words like decent, like 99.88 percentile, a decent record. You can't say excellent, world class, because there will be someone else who have got 99.99 as well. So it's
Absolutely.
better to stick to normal, stick to ground. Otherwise,
Yes.
it
So
can
one thing
vary.
is, even if you get a good percentile, it's not good to be arrogant. That's something I feel, because then the interview also gets an impression that this person does. So what they are looking for in a candidate is humility, and they already know that everyone who has been called for the interview has already cleared CAT. They already have the knowledge. So what they're looking for is your personality, and that really matters.
True, exactly. And that's the most important thing, how you perform in the interview. Because anyway, the panelist is running on a high ego, because I'm going to select you, evaluate you. उसके सामने जाके तुम और ड्रामा करोगे तो गया, फिर तो तुम गए.
Bilkul,
It's
yes.
better to always be down to earth. And then once you join the college, what are the advantage? Where you felt that yes, this is where this cat rank helped me.
Yes. So firstly, since I got 100% in CAT, there were people who knew me, and obviously there are people who, my friends as well. They keep on telling other people that you got. So that's something else, that it helps me meet new people and bond with them. Apart from that, I think that the confidence that I got after getting that percentile, that just carried on in the college as well, and it just helps me not get afraid of pursuing whatever I want.
Right.
So it just helps us get through things and builds that confidence in us.
Right. And I've also heard one thing, there's a honor calls in IIMs, that if you are 100% Tyler, irrespective of your academic record, IIM ABC will call you. Did you feel the same thing?
So I'm not exactly sure if that is the case, but I got calls from all three, and I have a few friends. I got to know other people who got 100 percentile, and all of them got it. So I believe that might have been the case, but I can't say for sure.
We're not sure, because no issue, because that's always the saying which goes around. Because I had a student who got 100 percentile and is now in IIM Calcutta. He told me this. He got around 58 percentile in 10th or 12th. So you're not
Oh,
expecting a call from B especially, because B have a very high weightage for 10,
yes,
12. So he got a call from B. Then he told me the on the call, because but again, there is no way to find it out how good or bad it is. So it all depends
yes.
upon how you perform. And now during the companies, do you mention that you have percentile? See, I'm asking you this question because those who are preparing for MBA now, if the target is high, target is 100 percentile. Of course, not everyone is going to get 100, but that will motivate them to go through the phase of life. And if you have got a good percentile, it will be used in the next few years as well. Like once you're joining the college, on the resume, you said you can write a line. So that's what I'm asking you, to motivate students. That's the main agenda why we are having this conversation.
So ideally, I won't say that it's good to mention it yourself, but when you write it in your resume, the interviewer obviously knows that you got 100%. So they usually ask about it, or they usually mention it. So definitely getting a good percentile in CAT definitely helps, not just in the process, but in the interviews as well. Interviews of CAT and interviews and placements as well. So I would say that that really helped. One interview really mentioned that you got this percentile, congratulations. And then he asked me about how the process was for me. So the interviews are pretty open-ended, and they might ask anything, and that might also be based on your percentile.
Right. Super, super. All right. My next question is, when you started your preparation for the CAT exam, in how many months of time you have taken, how many mocks you have taken? So let's start with how many months was the total preparation?
Yes, so my preparation would have been around 9 months. I think I started in February of 2020 when COVID started. So I think because of COVID, I got more time. Earlier, I was struggling because I was not able to concentrate with my existing college going on. So I was already studying, and then I had the workload from my existing college. So I was not able to concentrate on CAT equally. But one more problem that I faced during the entire process was, since 9 months is a long time, and then people usually lose motivation after 4 to 5 months. So that happened with me as well. So around July, I had to take a break of around 15-20 days. And then after that, I started again. So that's something is really important in preparation. You just don't need to, you need to take breaks, and you just don't need to burn out. That's something I would suggest the other candidates as well, that you have to manage your time and you have to continue and keep
And
your
that's very important point of said, because people do burn out, especially if you work at actually, like COVID was there. Obviously, COVID was burning out everybody, not just us, but students, but the parents as well were burning
yes.
out. So there's always a phase. So what I recommend in this case, you don't put too much pressure on the CAT exam immediately. Like Feb, March, April, May, take it lightly. You know, the way I joke around this is CAT का preparation start होता है बारिश आने के बाद. I mean, in June, July, monsoon के time पे you have to pull up the pace. So is this a good advice to students? Ki don't bother about the mock scores, just keep doing the basics till July, June. And June
Yes.
is the time when you have to pull up the socks.
Yes, so I would say mock scores would be low in the start, because we are not aware of all the concepts. सब पढ़ ही रहे होते हैं उस time पे भी.
Right.
So what I also did was I used to study the concepts. I tried to finish the concept by September. After that, you start giving mocks properly. You give mocks earlier as well, but when you give mocks after you finish your preparation, you are more confident, you know more. So that time your score will start to increase. So
Okay, you're not given
don't
any
get
mocks
demotivated.
till September.
Sorry?
You're not taking any mock till September.
No, the frequency with which I took mocks
Less. Okay, right.
was less, because at that time I knew that I am not aware of all the concepts. Even if I give mocks, I will not be able to attempt most of the questions.
True.
So it is very important to not get demotivated by those scores, because those are not the actual scores that you'll get in the exam.
Exactly.
You'll get much better scores in the exam, and lower scores do demotivate people.
Okay, true.
But people need to understand that it's not their best that they're giving at that moment. It will be in November that they are actually, giving their best.
Right. So this is a very right point you said. Kia people do get demotivated. I've opened up this CAT ka empty scorecard to motivate everyone. Okay, how you fill this is in your hand. Find your gender, your 10, 12 marks. Nothing is going to count here when you are going to fill this table. Yeah. So that's why I opened this thing on the side.
I really like this, that you said that it's up to you how you fill it.
Exactly. You can blame everyone. You can blame your coaching institute. You can blame your parents, your friends, your books. But end of the day, responsibility is your responsibility. Everyone is there to support you, but karna aapko hai.
I completely agree.
So that's most important thing which people have to learn. So how many hours you used to study?
So there was no fixed time that I had. Initially, from February to July, I already had my college going on. So I was able to take out around 1 to 2 hours on an average. If we count on a weekly basis, it would be 5 hours. I was not able to devote more than that, but I tried to cover most of the concepts in those time. Beginning September, after we filled the form, I tried to devote more time to it. I tried to give 2 to 3 hours daily, trying to give one mock every 2 or 3 days. And in November, obviously, the speed increased. I had to give more than 5 hours every day. So that was my plan. That was my strategy.
Okay. So superb. 1 second. Okay. I have just opened up the sheet. What do you think is how much time is required to complete the basics? So I've opened up this chart here. So I divide the CAT preparation to 3 parts. Number 1, you have to complete the basics. Then you go for the advanced level, solving CAT level question, all these things, because you can't solve immediately the question which are level of CAT. And last year, you give more and more mocks and tests. Like you said, October and November was totally kept by you for the mocks, right?
Yes, because something that I felt was that practice is extremely important. You cannot clear CAT honestly just by knowing all the concepts. Speed and accuracy are the 2 most important things that I felt was required in CAT, and both of them come after practice.
Right.
So mocks are extremely important.
Right. So let's cut out the last 2 months from your preparation. So if you're preparing for the CAT exam, your everything should be done by September end. Right.
Yes.
First of all, preparation can never be complete. There will be one or two questions which are there to break your speed or kill yourself, not kill yourself, sorry, kill your speed in the exam or
Yes,
during your
definitely.
preparation. Like you have also taken a break. You took a break for 2 3 weeks. I'm sure there might be the phase when you were going through a bad phase in terms of
Mhm.
your preparation or burning ki bas karo, khatam karo. So
नहीं
you've
तो
taken a gap.
I used to give mocks and उस time पे अगर score गंदा आता है तो you
Right,
get demotivated, so you need to take a break,
right.
otherwise वो demotivation पे चलते जाता है.
Right, we'll talk about that. I'm coming to that because first mock score is very, very interesting. That memory is always there in the list. I call it like losing your virginity as giving first cat mock. Okay. Basics. How many months you think is required for the basic? Basic matlab ekdam basic level because those who are starting off now, first some time is required. So I believe in till July, June, you should be done with the basics.
Yes, I agree. Starting February or March, now it will be March soon. So 3 or 4 months is required for basics, and you
Right.
need to polish your basics first before going to the advanced stage.
Yeah.
So I
So
think the
starting
June
off now.
timeline.
So
Sorry.
March, April, May, June. You can easily complete them in 4 months.
Yes, you should be done with that. If you can do it earlier, it's good.
It's good, right?
Otherwise, a person should try to do it by June.
Right. And then July, August, September, I can go for the CAT level advanced level.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe that that will work.
And then last 2 months. So this is obviously a theoretical plan. There's no way to say ki I will follow this and you will get 100% Tyler. But this kind of a plan you have to make. Some plan you have to make. Because without plan your preparation will go haywire. यार मैं एक एडवाइस देता हूँ सबको एक टाइम टेबल बना लो कुछ मत करो you don't need anything else if you have a timetable in place how many hours fixed number of hours to study every day or per week like you said you used to have weekly number of hours right.
Yes, because it's not possible to get the same number of hours every day. कुछ ना
Right.
कुछ काम आ ही जाता है कभी ना कभी.
True, true, true.
But one should try to at least do it every week ताकि there's continuity in the preparation.
Right. And you were doing a job along with this, or you were doing a
No, I was in college.
in college, final year. So you have you're not taking any gap. Directly
No,
joined.
I haven't taken it.
Fine. And does this affect your preparation? In the your once you in the interview, do they ask you what this question was there?
Yes, so everything they ask in the interview depends on your previous experiences. So they did ask me about my previous college academics, and they also asked me about the internship that I've done. So for work people, the interview is mostly based on their work experience. But since I was a fresher, my interview was mostly based on the internships and the experiences that I've had in college.
Right. So they see any question, whatever you have work experience, you know, they are going to ask you question that work है तो क्यों है नहीं है तो क्यों नहीं है. So how you answer that is more important.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely, that's true.
Superb, superb. All right. Next point which I'm talk about is about the mock score because this is one term, one area where I've seen career being made, careers being destroyed as well because people quit. If you're not able
Yes.
to score good marks, you quit. The first part of the question is how much is your 100 percentile is how much marks?
So I received around 160 marks in CAT 2020.
Yeah.
That was my.
But
Yes.
otherwise, I think 150 also is 100% right?
Yes, I believe it would be, but I cannot guarantee since all the marks were not made available.
All depend on the paper on that day. So
Yes.
I normally keep 150 plus in case you want to top the exam, and that should be the target. Once you are starting the preparation, that should be the target. Now, that's a beautiful thing to target 150 marks, 160 marks. So whenever whoever is study, make a note 160, just write that your target is to match Ashwin's score. But the problem is when you give the first mock, all these dreams will like boof, gone out of the air. So so this is why I want this to want you to talk about this, that what was your first mock score, the first few mock score, how much you used to score?
So I don't remember exactly, but it was in the range of 70 to 80, I think. It was almost half the score that I had in the final exam. And to be honest, I never got 160 or such a high score in any of the mocks that I gave. It was only on the final day that I got that high score. So
Right.
it all depends on the day as well. Your preparation goes as per your plan, and you are confident on the day you are giving the exam, you'll do it. That's for sure.
Right. And after how many months or weeks of preparation you gave the first mock?
So I gave the first mock when I started my preparation for advanced,
For
no,
advanced level.
for advanced material. So
Okay.
I had covered the basics by May, and then while starting advanced, I just wanted to test which concepts am I not able to do, and that actually I was able to test in the mock. So
Right. So what I've done is to motivate the students because they feel down. I've just created this table here. So I don't want them to immediately look at 150. First target should be 30.
yes,
Yeah, up chalo, you got 70 marks initially, that's good. But otherwise, there are people who get scoring minus.
no,
I
I got it after my basic
after
preparations.
basic preparation, yeah. So, but most of the classes they start recommending to give the mock initially. Like we have a 4 baby mocks. We call them baby mocks. Pyara sa chota sa baby mock hai. Taki you get used to the timer at least. For sitting there for 2 hours is you need to understand. We need to understand that. And
Yes.
so first target is 30 marks. So probably you can achieve that in May. Yeah, that's your basic criteria. Because I've seen people who are not able to score 30 marks even by October, November. So and
Yes.
then 150, array bhai 150 kaise hoga, they quit. 2,40,000 people fill the CAT form and only 1,90,000 people actually appear. So 40,000 people approximately every year they're just गायब. गायब मतलब ये नहीं कि रोड से उठा लिया गया उनको. गायब मतलब they didn't even went for the exam because they were so scared of the exam. So let's go target by target. So 30, then second target is 50, then 75, 100, and then 150 will gradually increase.
Actually, going stepwise is better because
Exactly.
you keep on seeing your improvement and you keep on getting motivated by the improvement that you're having, and that actually helps you build more confidence in yourself and helps you in the preparation time.
Right. So when you took a break, you said you took a 3 weeks break in June time. So what was the reason for that? Was it because of the mock scores or was it because of some personal
So
reason?
already I had a lot of preparation, but I was always I had almost 5 or 6 months of preparation. So I was already burned out by the effort I was putting out. That I knew that if I keep doing it, I was bound to burn out at some point of time. So it shouldn't be in the end in October or November when it's high time to prepare for CAT. So I thought I should take a break at that point. And I gave my mocks at that time, and it was around, my score was also around, I gave my first mock, it was 70-80. And then the other mocks also I gave, it was also around 70-80. So I thought that there's no improvement in the past 1 month that I've had. So I thought that I'll take a break and then I'll start again because I should be fresh enough to actually start concentrating on preparation again.
Super. Right. What was your most scariest area? Verbal, DLR logic, or quant?
Verbal.
Verbal was. Let's start with that. I'm sorry to do that. Yeah, I don't know about you, but everyone who wants to join the Koina, this is like a trauma phase. I don't know if it happened to you, but when MBA preparation, no one want to talk about that. Yeah, but I just want to forget that 1 year of my life, yeah, 6 months of life. I don't know. You also feel the same way.
Actually, when it comes to verbal, I also feel that I don't want to talk about it. But
Right. So, see, why I'm taking this point up because even toppers are scared of some topic. Like no one is born intelligent. You have to improve yourself. So,
yes,
what was your strategy in verbal? This is the syllabus for verbal in front of us. Para jumble, para summary, odd man out, critical reasoning, para completion. So, this is a non-RC part. And from the RC point of view, business RC, science RC, social humanities. So let's have two parts. Number one part is how you improve yourself. Sorry, how much you scored, number one, and then how you reach that level from X to Y. What was
correct.
the journey looking like?
So even in the mocks I gave in October, I was not able to clear the cutoff in verbal. So there's certain cutoff. I was taking it as 20, and I was not able to clear those in
20
October.
marks or 20 question right?
No, 20 marks.
20 marks.
Yes. So I was getting around 15, 18. Sometimes
Meaning,
I was able to.
okay, let me. Even 100% Tyler was struggling to get even 20 marks. So which is 6 question correct.
Yes, 6 question correct. So I was always
this is what I'm sorry to cut you in here. This is everyone should know that कि भाई no one is born intelligent. That you have to improve yourself. तो उनको क्या लगता है ना यार कि 100% मतलब यार ये तो बचपन से इंटेलिजेंट होगा, ये तो बचपन से टॉपर होगा. तो ऐसा नहीं भाई, improve करना पड़ेगा. So let's talk about your journey. So 20 marks you're not targeting, you're not able to get 20 marks. And then how much you scored in the end?
I scored 42.
42 marks. Super. Okay, now let's talk about the journey, how this happened.
Yes. So basically, it was all preparation. I started giving mocks. I started practicing reading comprehensions, and just keep giving those, and you'll ultimately see the improvement. Earlier I was not able to complete all the questions on time. So there were 26 questions initially when the new format was made,
Right.
and I was not able to even complete 20 questions. तो उसमें अगर कुछ गलत हो जाते हैं तो the score won't go above 20. So that was my main agenda, that I have to at least try to give all the questions. I have to attempt all the questions. So I started my focus on reading comprehension. I tried to complete all of them in 8 minutes. So 30 minutes was my target to complete all the reading comprehensions for 18 questions. Okay. And then the rest 10 to 12 minutes, whichever I have, I'll try to give those for the others.
Okay, so now if you have 40 minutes ka time, so you will spend 30 minutes here and 10 to 12 minutes on the remaining part, or 28 to 30 minutes here and then 10 minutes. So RC you should do first.
What I did was I tried to do 2 or 3 RCs first. Okay. If I am able to do 3 RCs in 20 minutes, then I go forward with the 4th one. If I don't have time left, if there's only 25 minutes left, then I'll shift to the other part, the non-RC part, because that is also equally important. One RC will have 4 questions, and you might, if it's your day, you might even complete all the non-RC questions at the same time.
Right, right. So
non-RC questions are very
your deciding factor. If you feel RC is doing good, you're doing well, the level is achievable, so you will do more. Otherwise, yes, the non-RC area.
Yes.
Okay, good, superb. That was your mock strategy. And how you used to prepare yourself for RC?
So I had no proper way of doing all the concepts. So I thought practice is the best way. So then I started doing sectional mocks in October itself. I did around 1 mock every day. And then I just saw the analysis of my mocks. Analysis is very important in mocks because that actually tells you which part you're lagging. And just with practice only, I think I was able to do it.
Super. Now my G strategy. G means गरीब बच्चा जिसको नहीं आता सर बहुत पढ़ के देख लिया but 20 के ऊपर score नहीं जा रहा. I have only one recommendation: only read. Do nothing. You don't need to prepare anything. See, parajumble, critical reasoning, every topic is nothing but the reading. You have to read minimum 200 words for every question of RC. So yes, my advice for next 2-3 months: stop doing everything. Only focus on the reading part. Read newspaper, read article, whatever you need to read as much as you can. Because unless you improve your reading skills, like I have two students who are in now, one of the guys in Ahmedabad, he used to complete one complete novel in the flight time. In 2 hours ka flight, he can complete that. He was an engineer. He was not, of course, not very good with the verbal earlier, but because of the CAT preparation and all, once he joined Ahmedabad, he was so pro in verbal that he can read the complete novels. Obviously, you can read fast because yes, there's no not major, not like they're not going to ask you question on every line. So where you were struggling here in terms of RC and how you improved, any advice you would like to give to students? So one thing that I faced, one problem that I faced in RC was that I was taking too much reading time. So I was reading the passage in 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, and then just going back and solving all the questions. That also takes around 3-4 minutes. So that was taking around 10 minutes for each RC. So I was not able to complete all of them in the 40 minutes that were allotted. So just practicing and improving your reading speed is extremely important. That really helps save some time for the non-RC questions. Right. Superb. Okay, so after the verbal section, the next is the DLR, and DLR is, I believe, no one can say anything on the DLR depend upon the set which you are getting on that day. There's no syllabus to it. There's no way to prepare for this thing. So how you prepare for the DLR section? So again, practice was the key. As you said, there's no proper concept for any DILR question. It all depends on the set. So I just started giving more sets. Just keep on giving more sets. And once you start getting it right, it builds more confidence. And that actually helps you. So if you believe that you can actually crack the entire set, then you can do it. And even if you get one answer,
that eventually leads to the other ones. So
Right.
that was my strategy in practice.
It's mainly about practice only. Okay, I'll just share the screen. All right, so this is the DLR ka syllabus. There's no syllabus to it per se, but based on last 4 or 5 year ka type of questions, there's a set on arrangement every year. Find like Venn diagram, fill the blanks, some new type. Games and tournament can be on betting, it can be anything, and a logic based DI. So this is a kind of, I'm trying to put a number to it, that these are typical type of sets. There are 6, 7 chapters within that. And like you said, the practice only key. How many questions you attempted on the exam day? How many sets correct? Yeah, how many attempt?
So during on the exam day, I had the morning slot and we were not aware of the new pattern at all. So we had 2 sets of 6 questions and 3 sets of 4 questions.
Right.
So I did the 2 6-set questions and 1 4-set question.
Okay, so 16 question correct, of course, attempt but all correct.
16, and then there was a partial question. So sometimes it happens in DILR that even if you don't get all the questions, you might get 1 or 2 parts of the question.
Right.
So that happened, and I did 2 questions in the last one.
Keep it 18.
18, yes.
So 18 question correct is a 100 percentile. I assume 100 percentile?
Yes, 100.
And how much of the percentile 10 verbal? I forget that.
Verbal was 99.15.
9.16. Perfect. So this is the target, guys, is 18 question correct. And otherwise 99 percentile, I believe, is 4 sets. So 16 question correct will ensure that 99 percentile to aega hi aega. So 16 question, not marks, guys. This is not marks. नहीं तो लोग कहते मैं तो 20 mark का आया मेरा तो percentile नहीं बाबा, ये will score the number of questions right. All right. So my G strategy, what I advise to everyone is there's no scope to it. No book can help you. Step number 1 is complete the last year ka papers. That's the only thing that can save you. And now CAD is publishing all the paper for last 4 years now. So last 4 years into 3 sets and 2 sets earlier. So you have around 10-12 different papers, and every paper I got 6 sets, 5 sets. So you have around 50-60 different sets. तुम उतना तो पहले करके जाओ यार.
Yes.
And a lot of sets are based on each other. You can find the link. There's a type of set which is going. For example, games. So there is a typical type of question which is coming every year. So of course the wording will change, but the fundamentals remain same.
Yes, and that when you practice that many questions, when you practice a lot, then you are aware of all the types of questions that can come. So on the exam day, there will be at least 1 or 2 sets in which you can say, "Ye wala to maine dekha hua hai.
Exactly.
This one I can do."
Exactly. And trying a known devil, I normally call it devil. And DL always orphan here. We spend the least time of our preparation of DLR. Everybody's favorite topic is DLR. And CAT में जो तुम्हारी सबसे ज़्यादा मारेगा वो भी DLR.
Yes.
Right. And in fact, this year का paper was very tough. This year CAT paper, DLR was quite high level. Number of questions have gone down. There were only 5 sets. Achha,
Yes.
there's one myth which is going around, that CAT paper, there's always 1 or 2 sets which are impossible to solve. So which are intentionally added to break the speed. So do you believe in that? Because I've talked to 2 toppers of last year. Both of them said yes, that they found 1 set at least which was impossible to solve in the time frame we have.
Yes, definitely there are sets which are impossible to solve in the time frame we have. It is possible to solve them if you have enough time. Once you go home and you look at the paper, you can definitely solve all the sets. But during the exam paper, it's very difficult, and they usually give 1 set to break the speed. So it's very important to identify the set, and that definitely comes with practice. I wouldn't say there's anything else to it. Practice is the only key, and you'll only get that intuition once you start practicing more.
Right. So what was your point when you realized कि नहीं यार ये set नहीं हो पा रहा है, छोड़ दो? Because we have ego issue. All of us have ego issue with, especially
Yes.
come to DLR. कि मैं तो छोड़ के आएगा, मैं झुकेगा नहीं वाला scene. So what was your trigger point कि नहीं यार ये point के बाद मेरे को छोड़ देना है या नहीं करना है?
So when we start doing one set, I usually take 3 or 4 minutes to try to get the initial structure done. अगर एक बार structure बन गया, then you are able to solve all the questions एक बार. If it's Venn diagram or arrangement में तो you can definitely get all the questions once you get the arrangement. So if there's nothing that clicks you in the first 3-4 minutes, it's better to leave that question, do the others, and then come back to it, because once you start thinking in a particular direction, you keep thinking in that. And if it's not clicking, it won't for some more time. It's important that you shift your focus to other questions if you don't get any solid clue in the first 3-4 minutes.
Right. Exactly. Okay, super. All right. My last question is for the quant section now. So either you love it or you hate it. I've not seen anybody who is neutral with the quant section. So either
No,
they are,
I love quants. That's
you are,
something I
you
would.
are,
I like quants.
you're like quant. So you're
Quants
quant.
quants was my strongest section from the start. I didn't like verbal at all, but I was always interested in solving quants. So that really was my.
Right. So even if you love quant, you have to spend at least 3 months. I believe after your complete CAT preparation, 3 months is required for math section for the quant section. So what
Yes.
was your strategy for quant? Even if I'm good in quant, I need to improve. So what was your strategy for the quant from day one?
Yes. So I like quants, but I didn't say I was always good at it. I they're the most quant heavy, the concept heavy section is quants in CAT. You have to know most of the concept. If you don't know them, then you cannot. If you don't know concept, there's no way that you can start solving a question. In DILR, you can at least do it on yourself, even if you don't know any concept. But in quants, you need to know the concepts first. So I started understanding and knowing all the concepts first. And then when I thought that I know enough concepts, then I started giving mocks. And within those mocks, the question that I did not know, or the question that I did incorrectly, I used to go for the answers to those questions, the analysis of those questions, and try to understand what they're doing. So basically, I was just learning the concepts through giving mocks and then finding the answers. So once you have the base ready, then you can definitely give mocks. You will be able to solve a certain number of questions. And I was never able to solve all the questions. I never knew all the concepts in the paper. And it's very important to look at the analysis and the answers because those actually help us improve the knowledge and actually do it in the next. So if they give a similar question in the next exam, you'll at least know, okay, I saw this answer and this is how they did it. And you then go ahead with it.
Right. So this is the syllabus from the quant section. I've divided the quant into 5 parts: arithmetic, modern maths, progression, inequality, function, logs, algebra, geometry, numbers, and time, speed, distance, time and work, PNC. There are 5 parts of them. Fine. You can't be expert in all the 5 areas. There have to be some weaker section, or there might be some topic you might have left. So is there any topic you are not comfortable with? Ki yaar, ye question aa bhi gaya to, of course, easy to obviously we can solve. But if you give me a very tough question, and if it's above average question, I'm going to leave this particular topic. So do you have in your mind these kind of topics? Yaar, ye chhod ke jana hai?
For me, it was geometry. I think.
Geometry, okay.
Geometry was one. I liked algebra and
Okay.
I liked probability and similar topics. But geometry was something that I was not very sure of. Even during CAT, I left, I think, 1 or 2 questions in geometry. Maybe I would have been able to solve it, but due to limited time, you are not able to look at all the questions sometimes. And when I saw geometry, I thought that this is something that I will waste time on. So I just moved on to the next question.
Okay. And then with arithmetic or modern maths, any topic you have left?
So I think arithmetic, I'm pretty comfortable with. Modern maths is something that I might say I'm not very sure of after geometry.
Okay, superb. See, arithmetic, without arithmetic, you can't survive. It's impossible to survive CAT. CAT, any exam, any entrance exam, it's now which contain maths, you cannot survive if you can't do arithmetic. चाहे तो बाकी सब छोड़ दो. You can clear CAT की cut off only if you do arithmetic.
Yes, there are enough questions in arithmetic.
Yeah, so there are around almost 10 questions of arithmetic आता है हर साल. By arithmetic, see, obviously, if you know arithmetic, you can handle a lot of other topics because time, speed, distance, time and work, everything based on arithmetic.
Yes.
You have to do arithmetic anyways. Superb. So what was your attempt?
So I attempted 21 questions in Quant.
And with accuracy rate of almost
100. Yes.
The 21 question correct is 100% time.
Yes. No, it was 99.98.
99.98.
8.
98. Okay. So then I assume 22 question correct is 100% time.
Yes.
ठीक है, 9.98 percentile. So again, yeah, guys, even toppers have weak areas and area where everyone is scared of. So you can't be expert in every area. You have to just manage yourself. CAT is about the management of your stronger section and the weaker sections.
Yes.
Combine them. So that's why for every section, I divide into parts. Okay, you don't say I'm weak in maths. Within maths, which is a weak area, strong area, let's focus on those areas.
Yes.
And then survive the exam. So one thing you said very nicely, which I want to repeat again. Okay, my key strategy here is pick up all the CAT papers. So we have this actual CAT paper ka book, so called the pro books. So the way you said, you would just see the question, and if you try to find out the concept behind that, I think your major preparation is done there. You don't need to do the basics. You don't need to do the rectification of the formulas. So once you, I think once you've done the basics, then you move to the concept building based on the question by question. So pick up CAT question, and it might take you even half an hour per question because there are some CAT questions which are very, very tough. You have to look at the solution to understand. Okay, so once you understand the concept, I think then you can survive the section around say. So those who are preparing now for the exam, if you are a Garib student, I mean you're not very good in maths and you just want to survive, your target is 8 questions correct. You have to get minimum 8 questions correct on the exam day to clear the cutoffs. So that's how I normally point them out. 30 marks और 30 marks का target लेके चलो in quant section कि 30 पार होना चाहिए अगर तुम्हें IIM की call चाहिए. Okay, now this is one question. Okay, do 100 percentile help you convert the call? Because a lot of people say that कि नहीं CAT percentile अच्छा है तो convert करने का chance अच्छा है. Because I believe that once you get a call, everybody have an equal chance.
So I also believe that once you get the call, it all depends on the interview. So if you don't do well in the interview, the CAT score has limited weightage. Interview has the most weightage in the selection process for almost all the institutes. So even if you have a great CAT score, great CAT percentile, it won't matter if you don't do well in the interview. So I believe interview should be the focus once you get the call, and you should leave behind your CAT percentile. Obviously, you can carry the confidence that you have. You should actually, because you have worked that much to get that percentage, but you shouldn't let your interview preparation be affected by that.
Very true, very true. All right. What was your exam day strategy? Anything which went well or went bad on the exam day? Any funny incident happened? Like on my CAT day, when I was giving my CAT day, I forgot the admit card. So I would literally request them, and they allowed me as well to sit for the exam without admit card.
No, nothing like that happened with me. So my exam day strategy was that I was still struggling with verbal till the last day. So what I thought of was that I'll just try to I'll just try to do as much as I can do in verbal, and then I'll try to make up for it in the section that I'm strong, which is DILR and Quants. So I thought that you have to manage sections. You cannot do all sections correctly. I got 99.15 in verbal compared to other good percentile. So I always thought that verbal is my weak zone. So I'll just try to do as much as I can in verbal and not let it affect other sections, because verbal is the first section. So I have to keep that mindset that even if I do not do well in verbal, I can make up for it in the other. And another thing is just be calm before the exam. So I reached the venue 1 hour early, and I was alone because I was giving it in my college city. And I was just listening to songs. I was just trying to stay calm because obviously everybody is anxious before the CAT exam. I won't say I was not tense, but yes, we just try to do our best to stay calm.
Superb. See, one thing I liked on during this journey, the complete interview we have been taking with you. So what I've realized is you have some strong area and some weak area. You obviously played on the front foot in the strong area, like maths and DI. You were playing on your attempts were almost 20 to 18. But when come to the verbal section, you were able to manage that. So this is something everybody have to learn, that when to play on the front foot and when to play on the back foot and try to manage your weak area. And I think that's all about the CAT exam. Yeah, how you manage.
Yes.
The exam is more things. Right. Superb. Any last tip you like to give to all the students who are preparing for CAT this year?
I think what I'll say is that keep your preparation going on. Don't let your scores affect your preparation. Your scores will eventually get better. Just keep continuing, because you'll see the improvement in some time. You will see the improvement as soon as you start preparing. Second thing is take a break whenever you feel you are getting demotivated, just try to keep your motivation high and keep your confidence built up, and you will just clear the exam.
Super, super, super. So thank you, yaar. Thank you very much, and all the best for your future endeavors as well. Hopefully,
Thank you so much for having me. Yes.
Thank you.